Welcome back to the channel. This is Honest Adonis 2. Michael Jordan's all-time starting five is
Scottie Pippen for sure, Magic Johnson, James Worthy, and Kim Olajuwon. I got no chance of losing, none at all. Olajuwon, he was in the top 10 in 5 categories: steals, rebounds, block shots, scoring, and shooting percentage. To have a big guy of his size to be in the top 10 in steals. Now you can assume that he would be in blocks, which to me shows versatility of what type of guy he really was.
Side note right fast. This graphic is very telling of how LeBron James and his fans feel about Michael Jordan. Wizards Jordan is who LeBron and his fans want to actually face and play. An old man, no steroids, injured knee is their competition. This is the mindset of LeBron. I don't want to play a Jordan in his prime. I damn sure don't want to play rookie Jordan. I absolutely don't want to play North Carolina Jordan. I want to play elderly Jordan. Keep that in mind. Anyway, Carmelo Anthony's all-time starting five: Magic Johnson, himself, Michael Jordan, Kevin Garnett, Shaquille O'Neal. Why is all that even important? And what does that have to do with the main idea of this video? Well, LeBron James fan, listening in the corner, hate following me so you can figure which angle best helps you in your GOAT complaint. LeBron James has been lying through his fans. They will tell us everyone LeBron played with is trash. Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis are whatever negative aspects they've told you. Yet in the latest episode of Scap Attack, come to find out LeBron James lusts to play with Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis. So at the very least, Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis are part of LeBron James's starting five. Why is that important? Well, because like I said, LeBron has been lying through his fans. If Kyrie Irving is such a terrible teammate, why would you want to play back with him again? If Anthony Davis was always injured, why would you want to play back with him again? Now keep in mind, on this latest episode of Scap Attack, this is not LeBron James envisioning in a perfect future. This is right now, July 23rd, 2026. LeBron James wants to go to a team that would accommodate him, his son, Kyrie Irving, and Anthony Davis. Or Kyrie Irving or Anthony Davis. But definitely him, his son, and one of those two. If you weren't lying through your fans, because this is the thing, his fans don't have any thoughts of their own. They're NPCs, which I always say stands for not particularly charismatic. If you weren't lying through your fans, because these next few talking points I'm going to touch on via Shannon Larps, yes, he'll live action role play as one of your staunchest supporters as long as the check is in the mail, there'd be no reason for him to do the opposite of what his fans have been saying.
What the hell are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
You don't understand what I'm saying? Play the clip right fast and I'll come back.
Yes. LeBron won 3 straight titles when he passed Jordan. Yes, because I believe he will win an MVP. I said he would win MVPs. He's already won one, so you have to win the next 2 finals to get to a three-peat. I believe he will win the finals. Not the finals. I believe he will win the MVP, a regular season MVP this year. I believe he will be the MVP of the 2 finals. So that would give him 5 regular season MVPs, 5 final MVPs. Also, he'd be in the top 5 in scoring if that were to happen. Reason number 2, and I think goes unnoticed, he broke up the Detroit Pistons. They had gone to 7 straight Eastern Conference Finals. He went on that run, scored 48 points, the last 25. He broke up the Big 3 in Boston, ran it out of town. He broke up Oklahoma City's Big 3 before it could even get started. You remember they had James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Russell Westbrook all on a team together, and he broke it up. He beat the all-time greatest regular season team in NBA history, 73-9. He beat them, came down from 3-1 to do it. And you keep talking about what Jordan couldn't do, or he wouldn't have ever happened. Michael Jordan, before he got Scottie Pippen, never won a playoff series. Got swept by the Big 3 in Boston. You keep talking about how great he was, but how great was he without Scottie Pippen? Just a guy that put up a lot of stats. He was probably Russell Westbrook before Russell was, because that's all he did was accumulate stats. And even when he got Scottie Pippen, lost to the Pistons 3 straight times. 3. You keep talking about Kyrie's the MVP. All I know is this. He hit the game-winning shot on Sunday. LeBron shot out on Monday. and they got beat by 16. With the MVP, the best player on the Cavaliers playing, and LeBron James missed the third quarter, sitting out, they lost by 16. What's their record when LeBron plays? What's their record when he doesn't play? All I know is this. Now, you see, the hardest thing to do when you're talking about Michael Jordan is separating what he did on the floor and Brand Jordan. Because he's the only guy that I know, because every time they tell the story, they add a little bit more yeast, and he grows a little bigger, and the tail gets a little bigger. I'm not trying to take anything away from Michael Jordan, but I think Skip is being disingenuous when he says LeBron James, there's no way. Absolutely there's way, because you're talking about a guy that's going to go to 8 straight finals if this were to happen. And I hate talking about if, but Chris Broussard and Skip and I off camera got to discussing it. 8 straight finals. Unless you're a Celtic in the 60s, you have no idea what he's talking about. Unless you're Bill Russell or Howard. But I think Skip is being disingenuous when he says LeBron James, there's no way. Absolutely there's way. Because you're talking about a guy that's going to go to 8 straight finals if this were to happen. And I hate talking about if, but Chris Broussard and Skip and I off camera got to discussing it. 8 straight finals. Unless you're a Celtic in the 60s, you have no idea what he's talking about. Unless you're Bill Russell or Havlicek or Tommy Heinsohn or Casey Jones, Sam Jones, you don't know anything about 8 straight finals. And that's what LeBron would do.
Now, the video where I'm taking apart his narratives point by point is the one you got to subscribe, turn all notifications on for, so you'll be alerted when I upload it next. But the reason we're circling the date is because these talking points, these lies, these narratives, they did not come out through LeBron's fans and other media channels until LeBron lost his 4th finals in 2015. So the earliest point in history where you start hearing all these talking points that eventually went on to become verses within the LeBron James Bible was 2016 with Shannon Sharpe. If AD and Kyrie Irving were all of this negative stuff, LeBron would not want to play with them currently in This is 10 years ago. I should not have the receipts. You should be able to say with your receipts, oh, A, B, and C, and D. But like I said, it's the GOAT complaint. The reality is, without Michael Jordan, LeBron James is boring. You're chasing Jordan. Jordan is not chasing Bill Russell. Jordan wasn't chasing nobody. Jordan was trying to beat his own personal best. You turned it into, you didn't do this like Bill Russell. For example, when Shannon Sharpe says, if you ain't Bill Russell, you don't know nothing about going to 8 straight finals. Likewise, if you're not Bill Russell, you don't know anything about winning 3 rings in a row and then winning 3 rings in a row again. Bill Russell and Michael Jordan knows. You guys will say, Scottie Pippen knows. Scottie Pippen don't know what it's like to win the finals MVP. Michael Jordan knows. Scottie Pippen don't know what it's like to win the league MVP. Michael Jordan knows. Scottie only knows what it's like to be top 10 in MVP voting. You know who else knows that? Dirk Nowitzki. And speaking of, you only got 1 finals MVP when it comes to Steph Curry as he relates to Kevin Durant, as the two of them relate to LeBron James's GOAT complaint. Dirk Nowitzki only has 1 finals MVP. But your and my guy, Larry Bird, he has 2 finals MVPs and back-to-back league MVPs, which subsequently is what Michael Jordan was going up against in the first round when he faced Larry Bird. When did LeBron go up against a team like that in his 8 straight finals run? First, second, or third round that had 67 wins, 2 rings, 2 finals MVPs, and a guy with 2 league MVPs under his belt. First, second, third round of the Eastern Conference playoffs, because that's the only time in LeBron's career where he went to 8 straight finals. You didn't do it with 1 team. That's why that's not a dynasty. You kept breaking up the team. That's 1. You didn't win your 8 straight finals. You lost 5 of the 8. They're leaving out that context. So what the hell? You went to 8 straight finals and lost 5 of them, including 2 straight finals losses on 2 separate occasions?
Nigga, what?
Wait. Well, okay, hold on. Let me get this straight. You went to 8 straight finals starting from 2010. You won 2 in a row once. You lost 2 in a row on 2 separate occasions? This is within the 8. I know you don't want to believe it the way I'm framing it. 2010-11 starts the losing. 012 and 13, back-to-back wins. 014 and 15, back-to-back finals losses. 2016, a win. 017-18, back-to-back losses again. So wait, are you trying to tell me 5 straight finals appearances this guy won one time?
Yeah, but that was the greatest win ever.
Why? Because he did it?
No, because he led in all categories.
But you didn't even win that without Kyrie Irving.
Aha!
2015 is the proof of that. You could not win in Cleveland without Kyrie Irving. In fact, jumping the Wayback Machine, LeBron fans would tell you we had injuries. That's why the Warriors won in 2015. Not that Steph is great, not that anything like that. We had injuries. Since that's your take, when you don't have injuries in 2015, you don't get to switch and say,
that's because LeBron.
Because LeBron wasn't injured in 2015. See, you've been lying, LeBron, through your fans. Because his fans were saying all that. LeBron didn't say a goddamn word. He just sat back and let everybody talk. Like my grandmother used to say, and other old people back in the days, you allowed me to believe. That's as good as a lie. Because you could have told me the truth while I'm sitting here believing it's something else, but you kept quiet. Police would call that a goddamn accessory to the crime, you bitch nigga.
Well, how was that LeBron's fault? He didn't say nothing. You just admitted it. They was saying it.
As I also articulated earlier, LeBron fans are NPCs, not particularly charismatic. They don't have their own talking points, which is why if you were to get in a debate with them, they would start acting like a toxic woman, raising their voice, calling you names, sidestepping what you said, answering your questions with questions. Like I gave you guys the example in videos before. The girl leaves at 7 p.m. You think she's going to work because she's dressed like she's going to work, and she normally leaves for work at 7 p.m. She doesn't come back until 7 a.m. What she doesn't know, her job called the house at 7:30 and said, where is she? Is she okay? Is she coming in? So when you see her at 7 a.m. and you say, where was you? No smoke in your voice or nothing. Instead of answering, she says, why you asking me all these questions? You's an insecure nigga. Bitch, all these, I asked you one. One is all these. And when a LeBron fan says, because keep in mind, he'd be doing this to do exactly what I said. Let me throw some kind of accusation at you so you'll give me some kind of emotional response. Therefore, giving me the ammunition I need to prove whatever you question me about is invalid because you're emotionally unstable. Manipulation 101, bruh. How you think you're gonna survive these hoes out here in the dating market? You might start dating a LeBron James fan-ass bitch. Asia Wilson looking asshole. You don't know she's a LeBron James fan. You just know that booty jiggly when she walking in front of your car at the red light. Come on now, bruh. Keep it 100 with yourself. No shame. We all been there.
You sound like you talking from experience.
I am. What I did in that situation was smile and say, you know what? You right. I really gotta do something with myself. I'ma see about counseling. The next time that bitch saw me, I was with the next hoe. And I'm like, wait, I thought we broke up though. I thought, because I wanted to get help. Because it's not fair to you to be with a bitch nigga like me asking you questions like where you was. That's just, nah, you don't need that. You's a strong, independent woman. And so I thought, let me just get out of your hair. As I was working on myself, I ran into this jiggly mixed race Polynesian Blasian girl. But that's a video for an entirely different YouTube channel, LeBron James fan. And I know your bitch ass is subscribed to that one too. God, I hate these niggas, but I love the money you generate. Anyway, LeBron James has and continues to lie through his fans because now all of a sudden he wants to play with Kyrie and AD, and both of those guys are trash according to LeBron James's fans. He didn't say it himself, but he believes that. Not really. He wants everybody else to believe that so he can continue with his GOAT complaint.
Jordan had more help than me. He had Scottie Pippen. He had Hall of Fame coach Phil Jackson.
You had 2 Hall of Fame Fame coaches to Michael Jordan's one. You had 2 Scottie Pippens. Both of them were able to lead their teams to the playoffs. Kyrie led the Celtics to the second round, just like Scottie Pippen did, yet Kyrie Irving doesn't get the accolades for going to the second rounds. Also, Kyrie Irving didn't have 3 rings in a row and all of his finals experience. All Anthony Davis did was play the greatest team ever assembled. Wait, does having the best regular season record ever make them the greatest team ever assembled? Or is it that core group of guys that makes them the greatest team ever assembled? It's a head scratcher because all of these things are narratives that these LeBron fans, or actually LeBron himself and Crutch Sports, put together and disseminated through different media channels and their fans. But anyway, all Anthony Davis did was get to the playoffs and lose to them. What greatest of all time team did Scottie Pippen lose to? What greatest of all time team prevented Scottie Pippen from getting to the finals in 93-94 when Jordan left? Because Scottie Pippen was carrying Jordan. Why are those questions important? Because Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, they don't get the accolades that Scottie Pippen gets. Yet Scottie Pippen had more help than Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving had. Yeah, that narrative isn't out there because that's the actual truth. And we should break down further the type of team that Anthony Davis had and the type of competition he was playing. We should break down the type of help that Kyrie Irving had on the Celtics and the type of competition he went against. And then compare that with the type of help Scottie Pippen had versus the level of competition he was playing. Because if Jordan was playing bums and plumbers, Scottie Pippen was also playing those same bums and plumbers. All of this makes sense because why does LeBron want to play with those guys again? You shouldn't want to play with Kyrie or Anthony Davis ever again because those guys are trash. But the reality is they were never trash. LeBron just could not make them better. That's a lot. LeBron makes everybody around him better. He couldn't make Anthony Davis better. You couldn't make Kyrie Irving better. But that's the thing. Those guys were already good and LeBron James wants to play with them again. This time, let me start the narrative for you. This is not a super team because LeBron James is a grandfather. But that's a part of the GOAT complaint, which is ultimately a lie. Now, I'm not saying when you're complaining, you're lying. I'm saying this complaint is because LeBron couldn't win with all of the help he had. Anyway, that's my take. I'm sticking to it. Tell me how you feel in the comments, basketball fans, and we'll take it from there. But keep in mind, if you think the media and your fans are needed to craft the perfect story about why you're better than another player, I gotta tell you, like LeBron in the finals, you lose again.